My goal is to get into the Gospel of Mark, reading it online on this channel and studying it as I am able. My faith as a Christian is the most important thing in my life. There is nothing in this world that will satisfy, only Jesus. I found that I cannot read the scripture too carefully. I am by no means an expert or a preacher. I remind myself, I remind you that we study the scripture not with the goal that we ascend intellectually in our understanding, but that I seek to know God and to follow him and to obey him. I know this is a football channel, but I ask your indulgence, and I hope you'll read and study along with me. Mark chapter 1, verses 1 through 3. The beginning of the gospel of Jesus Christ, the Son of God. As it is written in Isaiah the prophet, quote, "Behold, I send my messenger before your face, who will prepare your way. The voice of one crying in the wilderness, prepare the way of the Lord, make his path straight." It's interesting that the gospel writer states that this is the beginning of the gospel of Jesus Christ, calling him the Son of God, then refers back to the prophets Isaiah and Micah, who prophesied not only the coming Messiah, but also a messenger that would prepare the way before this Messiah. Mark is a fast-moving gospel, and much of this first chapter is an announcement of something that is coming. I'll frequently cross-reference. We're going to go to the book of Matthew chapter 12, where Jesus himself, in his own words, expresses this same announcement, very explicit. In verse 6 of chapter 12, Jesus says to the Pharisees, "I tell you, something greater than the temple is here." In verse 41 of chapter 12, Jesus says, "The men of Nineveh will rise up at the judgment with this generation and condemn it, for they repented at the preaching of Jonah. And behold, something greater than Jonah is here." Then in verse 42, Jesus says, "The queen of the south will rise up at the judgment with this generation and condemn it, for she came from the ends of the earth to hear the wisdom of Solomon, and behold, something greater than Solomon is here." So here's Jesus making that same sort of announcement in three very explicit ways. He is greater. He is greater than King Solomon, greater in wisdom, greater in power. Jesus as king. He is greater than Jonah, Jesus as prophet. He is greater than the temple, Jesus as Lord. Some of this is difficult reading. I'll take my time. Thanks for bearing with me. God bless you, brothers and sisters.